What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Erica C. Klein blog, laughing as I'm leaving Whole Foods because guess what? People get fired from their job, their day off. Hey, this book I thought was pretty cool. Aaron Clary, The Curse of the High IQ. How basically society is made for the average person. It's not necessarily made for the minority. It's not necessarily made for just you or your family or your particular situation. So a lot of times when people hear information, they're like, Erica, that's so general. It doesn't apply to me. Yeah, I'm literally doing this. This has been quite comical today. I didn't, think about, when I get glasses, I don't have shades. So what's funny is there are several people. There was a guy, there's a new one now. He was at a pool and he said, well, these people look like they don't live here. And what's funny is it's Winston-Salem, North Carolina. They're calling him Pool Adam, right? And what's happening is he said those neighbors look like they don't live here. The funny thing about Winston-Salem is they have a high African-American population. 2, they have a high African immigrant population. 3, I bet that woman's husband's probably an engineer. And that's the funny part about it, right? So he's like, they don't like they live here. Well, the police come and, in the summertime in apartment complexes, yeah, a lot of times people bring kids from other neighborhoods, but these people legitimately live there. And so he sits there and he complains, but where the police officer made the mistake is he didn't ask for his ID. He didn't ask for his pool key. He didn't ask for a lot of things that could have helped him save face, right? He just didn't do his job per se. So what's funny is, of course, the woman lives there and the man is embarrassed, but you know how the internet is. They have now screenshot at homeboy, sent it to his job, told everybody his job fired him. And he had to renounce himself from the homeowners association of the neighborhood, right? So I can go on and on with countless stories of people calling the police and the internet taking a picture of them, just out here in these internet streets, and people will go Google you. They will find you. And I think a lot of people, not just because of President Trump, but I think a lot of people are feeling entitled and empowered. Like, I'm going to call the police. Like, that should scare this person. That should scare this minority person or whoever it is. I'm going to use the police as a bully technique to get my point across. And what's funny about that is the internet will find you. The internet will roast you. Do not play with the internet. Okay. So I love these stories. Why? Because there's a video Evelyn from the internet does talking about if you ever see her being dragged on Black Twitter, please, it's okay. You don't have to act like you know her. Just don't jump in on the pal. And I laugh because that's the truth. It's not even just people calling the police. It's people doing dumb things and they're not in a position to do it. Now, what do I mean? How do you get in position? Again, I'm in the car, just left Whole Foods, some delicious freezing. Whoo! Cash Flow Quadrant. I want you to grab that book, but I want you to grab it because what happens is a lot of times I get phone calls from you guys and you're like, well, how much is the return? How much money am I going to get back from doing that? And my thing is, if you're not even in a position to have a lot of money stacked up on the side, that's dangerous. These jobs are not loyal and there's nothing wrong with having a job. I know a lot of people with high paying jobs. They love their job. They love getting up in traffic in the morning. They love having a purpose-driven life. But the key with that is they don't owe you. They don't owe you that job. They can let you go at any moment. That's the only difference, right? There's nothing wrong with having a job. Jobs are, if you get paid well, great. But if you are at a job and you one of those people on the weekend, you want to act a fool and record everything, this is not the season for you. This is not the time in America to be recording yourself acting a fool because they will let you go. They will let you go. And the reason I laugh about when people get mad at me like, Erica, I'm tired of entrepreneurs saying everybody should let go of their job. I've never said that on this channel. There's a whole playlist right now, if you look on this channel, that says, please keep your job, maximizing your income and keeping your job. And now, why am I talking about maximizing your income? A lot of times people are not matching their 401k. A lot of times people are not getting all the benefits from work. If work is going to pay for you, to go get your master's degree, that's the only time you go get it. Don't get these student loans. I mean, this is the crazy part. People have hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans before they even get a house. Hundreds of thousands of student loans before they do a lot of stuff. It's just like, you got to be careful with these options here y'all doing. Now, I'm going to read some of the stuff you guys are saying because it's quite funny. Pamela C., you're right. No company wants bad publicity. They're not interested in if you're right or not. It's not even, there was times where the people have been right. And like, there was one time I saw a Popeyes. It was like a Popeyes chicken or something crazy chicken place. And one of the guys in the back came and hit a person. And it's like, bro, I don't even know what's going on with you, but you fired. Not only are you fired, just give people their money. Just give people their money, man. Just give people their money. And what's going to happen is you're going to see lawsuits increase all over the country. Another one, I did a video called You Need FU Money, where I talked about the lady in Cheddar's. Like they were like, oh, we got to get her fired. What they didn't realize is that lady that hit those pregnant black ladies, soldiers in Cheddar's, she had a 5-acre land. Her business was on her land, and her son was on her land too. So they had like a compound. They had like a 5 to 6 acre compound where they're all living and working together and making money. And it didn't matter if you complained about their job because they didn't have jobs. See, that's the power in if you get your income from somewhere outside of a job. And even here in Austin, I'm seeing a lot of people who they're floaters. Now I'm trying to say it in a nice way, but they're floaters. They have, Tacoma trucks. I love my I want to get a Tacoma. I'm getting one soon. Tacoma trucks. They've got, van life. They've got RVs. They're on the road. They're going, they're in these WeWork type of offices or Regis offices. They get their work done. They have mobility. And the key here is that's how a lot of companies are going to start going. They're going to start letting people work from home. They're going to start giving incentives for you not to be up in there because they don't have time up. They don't have no time for you to be out there acting a fool. Now, here's another thing. A lot of companies, smaller little startups, when they hire people, when they hire you look at the shirt I'm wearing today. It's Glendon Cameron's Hustlers Kung Fu. The other shirt's a little inappropriate. Hold on a second. And so what happens is when they hire you, these smaller companies, what do? You immediately tell all your friends where you got your new job. You're immediately taking pictures of the office. You're you're doing Yelp reviews of your job. You're doing, what's that other website? It's a review website for companies. Glassdoor reviews, all kind of stuff. When you're happy and you just got a job, you're telling everybody. It does because the lighting is terrible. I don't know why. Hold on. Did that clear it up a little bit? Hey, that should be better. Let me know if it's better or not, because literally I was on the phone like not even 10 minutes ago before I did this show. So that should be a little bit better. Let me know in the comments if it's better. So, but when you get on with your job, people are excited. They tell people, they check in at work. No, I'm not in the mist. I'm fine. You'll be all right. Might be. So like when you're at your job, you're telling people about your job. You're giving reviews. You're doing all stuff. I mean, like you're doing all kind of stuff, right? And what happens is that bumps it up in the algorithm. That bumps it up when people Google your job, when they look up on LinkedIn. Like when you change your LinkedIn, what happens? Like 100 people that's following you or 1,000 people that's following you see your job change. Companies need the good PR. You see how that works? That's why when I talk about starting businesses, making sure you get your SEO right, because usually it's just a company of you. There isn't like a 10, 20, 30 guys working underneath you, blowing up Instagram, checking into your office, writing good reviews on Glassdoor, showing stuff at LinkedIn. You don't have that. You have just you 90% of the time. So you have to really work on your marketing. But I'm going to go through some of these comments because I just think it's funny. It's a Freedom Friday. I'm feeling good. Hello, Frida. Hello, Frankie Robinson. Camilla. Yeah, they're getting crazy in these streets. I don't know. Julia Dixon, Trent Davis, Bose News. These people are so weak and fearful when they call the police for no reason. See, really what the problem is, and we've talked about this, these are 3 facts that I think are so important. I'm going to keep mentioning them because they're so vitally important. The average white American is 45 years old in America right now. Of all white people, 20% are 65 years old or older. And third is 66% of all jobs pay $20 or less in America. So what does that tell you? There's people who are right on the edge. They're broke. They want to take it out on people. You have an older demographic that may be terrified of younger people. You know, how dare this shit? Like, even now, like, sometimes I think some young people are disrespectful, but I wouldn't be like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call the police because you were disrespectful to me as an older lady. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like, and I see people ride buses. Like, there was a man riding the train I think in California. Where was it? And he was going to call the police because a man was eating a burrito on the train. And people were laughing and video recording him and laughing. But he was an older white guy. Like, you're not supposed to eat on the train. You're not allowed to eat on the train. And everybody was like, are you for real right now? He was totally 100% serious. So, again, Cam. Just last week, a woman in San Francisco called police on a kid selling water and the internet blaster. She was pressured to resign from her job. Permit Patty. Yeah, like, these hashtags are hilarious. What ends up happening is the kid usually makes some money, right? Like, even the little boy who was cutting grass. This is so sad. He was cutting grass and he went over and cut a little bit of the grass of the neighbor's yard and then kept cutting the grass, right? Well, they called the police because the little boy cut his grass. It was a woman who called. And to me, the police and the dispatcher have to start making better, because sometimes the dispatcher has to send people out, but like, they have to start making better, decisions on these calls, because that's stupid. If someone called me, say, hey, a little kid's cutting some of my grass, I'm gonna be like, okay. And then I think she said something like they're standing around her yard, knowing damn well kids cutting grass are not standing in her yard. They're cutting the grass of the other person's yard. So they send a dispatcher out. And of course, what did it do? It raised $35,000 for the boy and his mom and his family and all that good stuff. What's funny about it is I saw his mom. I'm not talking bad about her, but she looks like one of those moms that's like, y'all need money for school supplies. You better go to work. And this little boy's so little. He's like 12. But even her response, I didn't like it. I didn't love it, but I will give it grace. I'll say that. So, but he made $35,000 off GoFundMe. Hey, Laura, thank you. Trent Davis, nothing guaranteed. That's very true. She was the CEO of her company, but they were like, yo, you got to go. We need a new face. She probably just sold it to somebody else. Well, what was funny about that lady, too, calling on the child about the water, she tried to hide behind the wall. She had to immediately know. This is going on the internet. Even the police officers, when you see people go, this is Facebook Live. Like, I'm not just recording, you're going to upload it later. This is live on Facebook. You can see the police officer tense up like. And you see what they do. They do techniques where they all crowd around the suspect so you cannot see them punching or hitting or elbowing them with the stick. They like, back up. You have to back up. And my thing to people is, if you're sitting on top of your car or you're sitting, like, I've seen a man climb on top of his car and record them from above. And that thing was like, I'm like, you're bold. 2, they can't make you get off your own property. That's his property. That car is his property. So, Camilla, yes, having a job is putting your life in someone else's hand. You have to be smart and stack your money and have a side hustle. You really do. Frankie, job just over broke. Now, the funny thing is, for 66% of people, yes, having a job is just over broke, $20. But from some of my friends, local my friends are making $55 an hour, $52 an hour. They're loving their job. Like, they can't understand why I didn't go back and be an actuary. But I was like, I'm done with them years. That's a wrap for me. I can't see what that thing said. Who needs the black Twitter? Will get you fired, embarrassed, and apologizing. I know, and this is the problem. Here's what my thought is. You need friends. If some of the stuff, okay, and let's make this clear. A lot of these are, and I'm not skinny woman by no chance. I'm not knocking them for being fat. But these are like fat white women who look like they're not married and unhappy. And I'm just going to say that. I'm sorry. That's what I'm seeing every time, except for this guy who just got fired, Adam. I talked about it in the intro of the show. His name was Adam. Literally, someone screenshot his LinkedIn before he could close it off. They done called his boss. I mean, he was fired, on his day. By the time Thursday happened, he was fired. And by Friday, he had to apologize and renounce from being on the board of the, HOA. And here's the funny thing. Someone who's on the board of HOA, they want to get to a point where they're in a bigger leadership position. This is somebody in the community who's investing in, like, being important, showing up to meetings and doing stuff. Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in that position? It's because you felt powerful. That's the part that's stupid. Black Twitter don't play. Who needs the news? Farida, I recommend for a lot of people be on low information diet for a while. Like when you're just starting your company, like there's some days I'll work 12 hours straight and then I'm like, stop, I'm gonna take a nap. Right? So you have to like low information at first and then increase, right? Yeah, I mean, the publicity can work if you can withstand the storm. Like the one guy who was like, I'm going to give all employees in this company $70,000 a year because that'll be fair. And then everybody quit. They were like, nah, I ain't got time for that. Like people in other departments that were already making 70, they're like, so you're telling me Becky that works for Session at the front desk is going to get $70 an hour, $70 a year, 70,000 a year. Nah, I'm out. And that's the response. Most people are going to do. They're going to be like, peace out. And so his publicity backfired. By the year later, companies had called and said they wanted to not do work with him. They didn't want contracts with him, all kind of stuff. So you got to be careful how you use it. Make sure you guys hit the like button. It's like 70 of y'all in here right now. Most people are never taught to think outside the box. That's very true. Julia Dixon. So a lot of people like saying 10K, which is very funny. They think they're slick. They're probably going to charge you 10K, then use about 3 to 4K to get all your marketing done and then live off the rest. My goal for you is, I know this sounds crazy, but if you're going Google and you're on page 2, 3, 4, and 5, those are some good companies. People charging $200 to $500 to $600 a month. They're out there. But again, a lot of times people want to help you with your Google AdWords, your PPC content. So a lot of times that's what they're charging. That's what the real charges come from. But you can get some of these companies for $149 to $300 a month. But my thing is, when I'm telling you guys to get on all those directories, that's what you need to do. Get your clients to make referrals. That's really important. Right now, like I was teaching the live training last night for the business credit class. And I'm telling you, today the phone rang from 3 people I did not know. And I was nervous. I was like, who is these people? I ain't never seen that number. And because they called the wrong line, like the wrong line lit up on the phone. And so it was like people for referrals, for credit repair referrals. Like, hey, my friend told me to call you. Hey, my friend told me to message you. Hey, my friend told me to hit you up. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay. I was like, that's interesting, but okay. Like, I just knew to work with those people, right? Like, thanks. I had to track back who they were talking about. I was like looking at my system like, oh, thank you. So that's what happens when you do good work and when you ask for referrals. I always say, hey, if you know somebody, if you know 1 to 10 people, that's a really big thing you should try to do, Julia Dixon. Mike B, I ain't going to say that out loud, but that's the truth. Like old people, they get a little feisty. And I think also too, I'm in the South where, well, Texas is not the South, but you have a lot of Northerners coming South and they bring their little badass kids. No, they bring their kids. And what ends up happening is the kids don't have the same mentality as someone who's raised in the South. Like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Not that those things have to be said, but a quick yes or no, or like eye contact is important. What I've noticed is a lot of young kids are from up north do not do eye contact. And I'll tell you like this, I train in certain gun classes. When I see somebody don't make eye contact with me, I put you on the nervous radar. I'm like watching you, about to just poop you. I don't know what you're doing there, making me nervous. So thank you, Cam, for posting that. Oh, Mike B, yeah, Eartha Kitt was lit, okay? And you know what it is? It's like, good, get in the pool every time. And what people don't understand is I'm in Austin, Texas, and people complain about demographics, but like 70% of all children under like 15 right now are a minority here. So Austin will change, just like any other city. Ah, true, Cam. Thank you for helping Julia Dixon out there. Well, here's the thing too. Anytime the social media is just getting too much or the news is getting too much, turn it off. Turn it completely off. because what I've noticed is anytime I've been like, oh my God, it's so horrible, I just have to turn the TV off for a day or two and don't watch it. And like, don't go to Fox News on my phone or my laptop. I literally have to just, I hate to say it, but like get into work. And there's a reason why when you have kids and you're married, a lot of those people don't have as much information. Like a lot of my young single friends are like, do you know what's going on? And I'll be like, yeah, me too. And then we'll talk to one of our married friends and they're like, what? They're just trying to get home and cook dinner. Which every time I hear stories of families like struggling with dinner time and food management, I'm like, get a crock pot, put the meat in there before you leave for work and keep it moving. It's not that hard. You're making it harder than it has to be. But again, I digress. I don't have kids, so I'm not going to say, just put it in the crock pot, but you can. Yes, I saw the thing in Oregon, and she's their representative. Like, she's the woman who can make laws for your area is in your neighborhood, knocking the door. My phone's cutting a fool. Hold on. Let's see where I was at. Let me get back up. The whistle. Hold on. Okay, yeah. In Oregon, that was cracking me up. I know she hid behind the wall like Super Mario. That's perfect. Hey, how's it going? I need a credit consultation. Stephanie, go ahead and hit the links. Cam can post it up in the comments. So let me be straight, Mike B. A white supremacy is an old dog with no teeth. Glendon says it all the time, but it's really true. Like, the more I'm out here in these investing circles, there are some wealthy Black people and wealthy Hispanic people who are buying up every little thing. But you just assume some old white dude owns it. And they don't care. As long as they get paid, they don't care. So, David R., too much glare or light behind you? No, David, there isn't too much glare. Or no, that's Lance Brown. No, there isn't too much glare. It's perfect amount of glare behind me. Perfect. Keep it real out. Yeah, I got to get my windows tinted this week anyway. What? You're so stupid. Mike B said, Black women fat, white women fat is two different things. I don't know what that means. I'm scared to even get into that. I'm going to leave that alone. Social media is faster than the flash. It is, Pamela C. Like, whew, you got to be careful out here in these streets. Okay, prime example. I don't know if anybody can Google this or find it. If they can, it was a Black lady. She was throwing a birthday party for this couple. Some kind of horrible accident happened where somebody broke into the woman's house, shot her and her like baby or something like that. And the family like dragged her all over the internet for $900. They were like, she won't give us the money back. We need to pay for her funeral. First of all, I was like, the family is disgusting. And let me clarify. If some woman had planned a party 2 weeks ago and it was coming up and she bought all the supplies, she did all the stuff. And like the bill was $900, but she only gave like $500. Like, like you're chasing $500. And here's my problem with this. First of all, homegirl, she's paying for birthday parties for $1,000. She need to have life insurance. Yeah, I said it. She and her children need to have life insurance. Number two, this is a horrible thing where a person got shot. If it was me as a business owner, I would just say, yo, here's the $500 back. Yeah, I bought supplies for the party, but you guys just, good luck. I'm gonna pray for you. The fact remains that they tried to drag her all over Twitter and internet because she would not give them $500. And they were out there begging for GoFundMe money to bury the woman and her daughter, shows me how bad people's lives are. Like your life is so bad that your daughter paid for a birthday party but didn't have life insurance. Like, I'm getting disgusted as I think about it. Like the fact that this family went around and it was shared like 1 million times on Facebook. And I was like, are we for real right now that we're trying to bash this Black lady who's been in business for 6 years, providing excellent parties, excellent decorations. Her whole life is being ruined over $500. So on one hand, I want Black Twitter to do its job. I want people to keep people accountable in the community, because really what it means is you don't have friends that talk to you and say, hey, you shouldn't do that. Every time I see these ladies calling the police on these little kids, I'm like, that woman doesn't have enough friends that keep her accountable and say, hey, Becky, hey, Susie, don't do that. Because that's stupid. Okay. And so that's part of that. But social media is faster than the flash. And I did feel completely horrible for that woman because I felt like she probably made a decision. Like she just said, no, I don't give refunds. The party was in 2 weeks. So I'm not giving refunds. Probably was part of her procedure. And she just did not realize how bad this family was going to go out in the streets and beg and honestly be ashamed. They should be ashamed of themselves, how bad they're acting. Because if $500 is going to help you bury that little girl and her mom, what kind of family are y'all? Y'all need to get your money together. Anyway, that's my rant for that. Like and subscribe. People are scared of the first step. Yes, girl. Everybody's saying 10K. Yeah, I mean, Julia, it sounds like you're saying you want a lot of services. I know it doesn't. I know you think it may not be a lot of services, but for a social media manager to not only have your login, to go into your account, post things, put a schedule, like right now, there's a woman I watch on Instagram and her videos seem like they were a couple of days behind. And she finally made a note saying, yes, I'm sorry. Some of these videos get posted days later. And I know it's old news, right? And we were like, oh, so even she's found a way to, like even with Zoom, you can cast your video to live stream, even if you recorded it a long time ago. So it makes it like you live on YouTube, but you're not. That's what people were doing with webinars for a long time, like making it like they were live, but they weren't. So a lot of things that people think are cheap processes are not. They cost money. I know that car. People be nosy. These white people are nosy beside me. Social media play. Got several high school boys help me rehab a house. I'm keeping their ID hid from the public. Man, I don't know what that is. Calls me. Yeah, Cam's right. See, the thing is, you can do a lot with a content calendar, quality local, a mix of community, popular hashtag, good SEO. Like, this is the thing. Grant Cardone, for a while, I had been like on the Grant Cardone train of like, I got time. If I'm sitting there goofing off on Instagram, I can hashtag stuff, I can post stuff, I can plan stuff in advance. I can go on Hootsuite and plan stuff in advance. But you know what I noticed is like, some things you just pay for. Right? When you can afford it. If your company can't afford 10K a month, like what you should be doing is just working on your sales, really. Just focus there first. Yes. Might be 100% on the eye contact. It makes a big difference when interacting with both nice people and jerks. I was in the store, I was in Whole Foods, and there's just not like a nerdy, tall black guy. You know, he was just like, hey, how you doing? And I just looked at that in the face. I was like, yeah, how you doing? Having a good day? And then like I picked this coffee drink up and he was like, it just like, some women might have been like, oh, he was flirting. And he wasn't. He was just being a nice guy. But the thing is, eye contact makes a difference. How you're carrying yourself makes a difference. They don't believe in what, Frankie Robinson? Turn Trump off. Donnie Breeze, I'm late. What I missed? All of it, Donnie Breeze, all of it. Okay, tell me why my car park's on. Really, you know, and I really think, Frankie Robinson, there is this lack of mom training happening. Now, I'm being careful. I think moms are definitely training their daughters, but not training their sons in the same way. Like, yo, like when I was little, our brother was 8 years older than us. So he was learning how to make stuff, but he would make spaghetti and put ketchup and stuff. He'd do all kind of weird stuff. He'd be like, that's nasty, stop. And our mom would let him cook us dinner. It was gross. But it got better. But the thing is, like, you should all have some simple stuff you do. If I have 2 kids and I know in the morning, and here's, let's be honest, it's a time management problem. If your kids are going to bed late and you're going to bed late and your spouse are going to bed late because y'all watching Netflix all day, then you get up late in the morning, then y'all get ready late, then the kids are late to school, and then it starts over and over again. It means that's your process. That's you. You are messing up the process. Somehow you need to get your time management fixed and work on your time management. So that's part of that crockpot life. And what is crockpot life? Mind over matter. Crockpot life is serious. You want to come home, especially if you're in Chicago. I know, I think crockpot books series sell like the most in Chicago or the Midwest. And I think it's because it's so cold that people are like, they come home, they want something hot soup, hot food, and open it up. Girl, no, she didn't, Nikki baby. No, peppermint patty lady lied and said she on national TV she only pretended to call the police. You can't go on national TV and lie. They're gonna get the receipts. They're gonna get the receipts of your call. Why? Just digging the hole, man. She's digging the hole. Like anytime Rudy Giuliani's on TV, I'm always like, he's lying. He's full of lies. And they always find it out later too. They be like, no, Rudy, you lied. That was a lie you just told. And he'll be like, oh, what? You can't go on national TV and lie. Mike B, I watched, I know you're talking about. And each of those scenarios, I could say something, but I'm not. I want to save that for another channel, honestly. Those are instances of people acting a damn fool, right? And I don't mean the kids, I mean the adults. And it's more than that. I mean, I'm talking about where people are stopping you completely from having any income, from having a job, from making money, but we're not going to go into that argument. Hey, blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Oh, Cam. Yeah, I am, like today I had some spring veggie rolls. Not fried, the kind that were clear, wrapped in like veggies from Whole Foods. Trying to get it right. Hello, y'all acting a fool day. Is this O'Shea channel? Man, you know, some days on Freedom Fridays, we just cut up. Today's show really is talking about marketing, building your brand, and how not to get fired on your day off. You know how not to get fired on your day off? Don't be doing this stupid stuff, man. The internet's just so powerful. I really don't think people believe how powerful the internet is. We're having a culture clash of like older Americans, not just older white Americans, but older Americans and younger Americans when it comes to work, public spaces. I mean, the other day I saw this, I'm not gonna lie, I was in Whole Foods and there was this kind of older white guy and younger black girl. And like, they were like, he smacked her butt. He was just like, it was a little bit too much, you know what I mean? For public. And this older couple looked at them like, ew. And I laughed because that's just a part of the culture. Right? Like there's so many factors going on right there. The smacking of the butt, they're in workout clothes, just too much PDA for public. And the key here is anytime you have culture clashes, you're going to have issues. You're going to have issues. You know, like right now, if I go into social media and be like, man, what was I saying the other day? If you're a single mom, you need to go get a skill. I think I said something to that one time. And I was just roasted alive on Facebook because I said, if you're a single mom, you need to have a job that pays $60K or more a year. You've put yourself in the position where you can't stay home. You know, a lot of people are like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom with blah, 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 blah. I'm like, are you married? Oh, you're not? So that means you're going to have to work, right? You're going to bring an income. Now, I'm all about boss lady. I know their hashtag is like boss lady, but skills matter. Good jobs paying matter. If you have kids and it's just you, your income matters. Investing matters. Again, I talk about my friend Amanda Young in Florida. Homegirl has 6 rentals. Well, no, she has 9. Let me double check. I think it's 8 or 9 now. But at the time when I interviewed her, she had 6. And she was a single mom, nurse, working 3 long 12-hour shifts a week. And she still was out there trying to wholesale. Because she was like, it's just me and this boy. And I got to make the money. So today we are a little O'Shea channel. There's 79 of you on here. Let's hit that like button, y'all. It's Freedom Friday. Let's do right. Where's Rashid at? Did Rashid have a comment? I missed it. Yeah, it was like it was a party. It was like $1,000 party for her and her kid, like a joint birthday party. And she was doing all the catering. And they were like dragging her through the internets. Frankie said, one of the reasons I wanted to leave. Thank you for the $10 super chat, whoever did it. I'm getting down to you. Oh, I can't with the mindsets anymore. You know, it's really crazy. Term life insurance is like $25 if you're between the ages of 25 and 40. And she was between those ages. And here's the thing. I know people are gonna get mad at me, but they're like, Erica, term life isn't good when you get older. You know what's not good when you get older? Being overweight, having high blood pressure, not exercising, not eating right. Those things kill you. And like the sad part is people are getting mad at insurance companies for charging more, but like that responsibility is on you. Now, another thing is, I do believe it's a monopoly, and like states should have to go across states to compete. And if they did, everybody's insurance would be like $100. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy low. But another thing on that is, another part of that is, there was a young man who the other day who died, and can't be more than 40. Can't be more than 40. Can't be. Like, I'm gonna go back and look through my profile, but like, he just had a birthday 3 days before he died. And you know what was at the birthday party? And I'm trying to be respectful. It's like barbecue, pork, pig, everything, over the top, loaded. It's everything, right? What you can imagine at a cookout before his birthday. And then he died. And I don't know exactly what he died. I don't think it's a heart attack. I just was like, I said, hey, so sorry about you guys lost. And I'm not close friends with him. I just know through internet circles, right? And the part that's sad is like, I know they got insurance, so I'm glad about that part. But also, it's like, he's only like 40. So you're talking about people having strokes younger, having heart attacks younger. I don't have enough time in my life to be at a job I hate, that I don't enjoy, that I'm not getting paid a lot from, and then to be cut up on the weekend and get fired. That's too much stress. I don't know about y'all, but that's too much stress for me. Frankie said she paid $300 for a pair of flat irons, and she doesn't even have a car. You give me like flat iron the hair type deal, or what? Mike B. Oh, I see what you're saying. Flat iron, like flat iron. Okay, got you. Mike B, I would tell her buy a ball cap and a hot comb, or just love herself and wash her hair and let it go curly. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being ridiculous. Ebon Phoenix, I heard about becoming your own bank. Is that really true? Can you do it? How do I feel like you've asked that question before and I've answered it before? You're talking about bank on yourself, and you want me to go into a good conversation about bank on yourself, but it's Freedom Friday, and we've talked on bank on yourself so many times. So many times. Bank on yourself is literally just being able to take money out of your term insurance policy. That's all that is. I know. No. Okay. LA Ghost. Let's do it again. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. That's probably why she didn't have life insurance. But she was going to pay $1,000 for a birthday party for her and her 4-year-old daughter, who was shot in the house. They were shot in the house break-in. They were shot. So Ghost, she had the money to pay $500. She had a $500 down payment. I think or $600 down payment, and then she's going to pay the rest when the birthday party was coming in 2 weeks. So I hate when people give me that, like, oh, but the people live paycheck to paycheck. $10, $25. At least for the kid, at least put $6 a month life insurance on the kid. The Gerber life insurance on the kid. Nobody expects their children to die, but children do die. I mean, come on now. I'm not asking for a lot, LA Ghost. I'm not asking. That's right, Cam. Thank you for sharing that with her. Thank you for the other super chat. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Someone said buy a house in the ghetto. So my thing is, let me put it to you this way, Frankie. I do believe in buying in the ghetto. Don't mean that you have to live there. Don't mean you need an owner-occupant loan. You can have a rental. But right now in Atlanta, people are up in a storm because there's a white supremacist group. And I know we were talking about white supremacy is dead, but it's a white nationalist group. And they own like 100 rentals. Like, all the homeboys kept getting fired from their jobs because they're racist and acting a fool. And you know what those 10 guys did? It's more than 10. I know it's way more, but they're saying it's 10. Got together, bought a bunch of rentals in Atlanta, black communities, bought a bunch of rentals up north, bought a bunch of rentals in other places. And they got a white lawyer in Atlanta that's on their side. So, reason I say, yeah, buy in the hood, you don't have to live there. Because there's people who don't like you who are buying there, who are not taking care of those properties, who are making it look like crap. So, yeah, get out of the hood, live somewhere nice. Don't live somewhere dangerous, but invest where your money makes sense. Okay. Hello, Melita. Hello. Yes, Miss Monet. Grant tickles me. Grant Cardone is cracking me up right now because he just opened up to non-accredited investors. But I know SEC is going to be like, you need to have at least a sophisticated, because that's what took so long with Tulsa Real Estate Fund, is they were trying to get approved for non-accredited investors because, how many people making over $250K a year or $1 million in investment assets. So Grant Cardone is about to be wide open. Focus on sales. Oh, you can have a child rider without extra cost. Look at that, Miss Monet. More you know. Oh, Miss Melita update. I resold the Gary, Indiana property I bought for $500 for $700. I realized I was in over my head with the property out of state with no back or roof. Girl, I'm so sorry. I wish you could have sold it for $1,000, but hey, it's in the positive. Corn dogs. Thank you. The glasses. Thank you, Miss Love. Is this dubbed? What's dubbed? Because it's cold. Let's see. $100% on older versus younger battle. Hey, tacos, Tex-Mex. In IT culture, there's a big culture class between older and younger workers. Younger workers feel like we are dinosaurs because we learned to eat IT prior to the internet age. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Skills matter. Hashtag skills matter. LaShawn Major, $10 super chat. Thank you for sponsoring this show. Mind over matter. Hashtag stable income matters. Stable income does matter. Now, when people complain about jobs, if you hate your job, change your job. But guess what? The more skills you have, the more you can do. Like, I have a friend who's in the Army and he's like an engineer. And he was just like moving different units. People are like, how you get to move so many units? Because he got skill. He can put in another base. That's how that works. Even in the Army, even in the government, you got skills, you can move. Yep. Nisha Holmes got Mike B giving that information. Cam said there's a Spritz commercial playing with a woman walking down the street with $10 and she's a side hustler with 20 different gigs. I'm sitting over here annoyed. See, they tried to play. Okay, so they're trying to play the gig economy like you got to do so many jobs just to make basic income. But there's some people like Jermaine Ellis who is renting a car, drives for 3 weeks, makes $4 or $5 grand and rolls back out the country. You just have to be about systems and hours, like putting in a certain amount of hours and putting in a system. The problem is many people go to college and get 20 grand, 30 grand. Only lately have I been seeing people with 100 grand in college debt, which is absolutely crazy. But I understand people are doing that lately, getting 100 grand, master degrees, all this stuff. And then they go to the most expensive apartment they can get and the most expensive new car they can get. And then they be like, I don't have enough money. Well, let's do the math on that. Let's do the math. Why are you the jack of all trades and the master of none? Yeah, you really got to master some things. Like when my phone kept ringing for credit repair, that's when I was like, okay, be serious. Hire this girl, let her help you because, that's a serious stream. And the key here is if I wanted to, I make a joke all the time about this channel. If I just put ads in on just my credit channel, credit videos and nothing else, phone would probably ring off the hook. But it's like I enjoy what I'm doing. But you can literally, the way this economy is set up, you can really master some things. What? Trent Davis just said, get y'all big ass on a treadmill. What's funny is I hired my personal trainer and who the first people to be like, Congratulations, we're all men. They were like, good, yeah, I got a personal trainer help me with my weightlifting. Women were like, no, girl, don't do it, girl. No, you shouldn't do it. I'm like, are you for real right now? We live in a society where people are dying. Everybody needs to be on their best health, whether that's workouts or eating. Pamela C, I pay $29 a month for life insurance. I cannot have my family rely on peanut life insurance policy I have for my job. But to me, I just think it's just so disrespectful to think that you're going to drop dead and like have no, like your family just figure it out. Sorry about you. Like that's like, so Anthony Bourdain, reason I also brought this up today, Anthony Bourdain died and they said, oh, he only got $1 million left and his net worth. And I was like, you guys cannot be that stupid. Anthony Bourdain was on like 10, 20, 30 different video shows on TV. Anthony Bourdain has trust. His daughter's money's in a trust. His ex-wife money's in a trust. It's all kind of trust going on there. And because he didn't divorce his ex-wife, because he divorced his first wife, she got like half and went on down the road. Then he married this second wife, and she there's such an age gap. I think she's like 30 and he's like 61 or whatever, how old he was. And so they were living separately. And they were gonna get divorced, but it didn't happen yet. So she's the person making all the dictation and the control of his accounts. So that's why people say, "Oh, he only got 1 million left." I'm like, do you really believe that? Please tell me you don't believe that. But again, don't rely on what your job's gonna give. Because do you know your job also has a life insurance policy out on you? So if you die, they get paid and they get covered. They get paid because of loss of employment and the cost it will be to replace you and train you. People don't realize that. Now go look at you're like, Erica, I don't believe you. Go look at your work policy that your company provides. Trust me. Oh, dang. Yeah, Farida, that's true. If you're going to take a long maternity leave, then train up on your skill set, get a side hustle, and don't complain when you don't get your same job back or pay back. Sorry, mommies. Here's the thing about what I want to tell a lot of women out there. If you're married, and your husband has like a side business or has a business that's growing, y'all need to figure out how to grow that business. Because if you're going to have a baby in this society, I wouldn't put my baby in any daycare. I'm being 100%. I've seen too many daycares and I've seen too many they're not there to like the care your baby under 1 year old gets and love from you and FaceTime and learning how to talk and learning how to pee. Like, yes, children in those situations can learn from the group how to start walking and talking faster because the group is doing that. But 90% of the time, like they have mad studies showing those children are getting more and more aggressive because it's like a little orphanage during the day. You're letting somebody else raise your child for 8-9 hours a day. That's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, but like, I get it. You need the income, but you need to figure out in this society how to make the money work for you. Zoe, someone posted on her channel. Wow, that's crazy. David said, leave Popeye alone. Frankie, that's true. Frankie, this book, she said she ain't dealing with stupid people. This book, Curse of High IQ, Aaron Clarey. It's so funny because he talks about, but it's so true. It's like the average, this guy said when he goes to restaurants and he goes to stores, it seems like people are very dumb, right? Or like average. Now he could be saying that and that's offensive as class, if, got class issues. But part of it is that's who's showing up to work. A lot of people who can go do other work. People who don't have to be there, go do something else, right? They go do something else. That's just how it is. So sometimes jobs, even though they may be a simple job, are annoying because the people. Exactly, Cam. I mean, literally, you could just pick 2 gigs and be done with it. Pick 2 gigs and be done with it. Pick 2 things you're going to do. Like, I remember the guy here who made $4,000 or $4 or $5,000 a month. He would do like catering kind of DoorDash in the lunchtime and then like Uber Eats or something at night. So, I mean, just chill. Pick 2 things and keep it moving. Mind over matter. I think stress kills more than a poor diet. Mind over matter. I'm going to say it's half and half. Now, why am I going to say it's half and half? because I think the food we're getting from the store is less quality than what our grandparents ate. Now, let me say this in a a lot of hormones, a lot of stuff we're feeding the cows and the pigs and chickens. Your grandma and grandpa, they lived to be 80, 90 years old, walking, talking, still driving cars, tough as nails, could fall down, get back up. Now, you see people's grandmas or grandpas, like, they fall down, they about to just break all the bones in their body. I really think it's a combination of food is really bad. Now, stress is really bad for women. I know people are going to say, Erica, stop it. Stress is really bad for women because you're seeing an increase of women having strokes and heart attacks at 30. And that's because what were women doing around 30, at least a generation before? Not even just the 80s, but before the 80s. They were home. They had at least some downtime in the daytime. Being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job. But then when the kids came home, okay, energy, and then back down. I mean, you had stress, but you had different levels of stress. So now you're trying to tell women you want them to be married, go to work, full-time all day, stress at work, come home, cook food, clean up, because, again, women still do the bulk of cleaning up and serve their husband. I'm sorry. That's too much stress. That's why these women are dying. They are dying. So figure the money out. Like, I don't know how to explain this to y'all any better than I'm doing right now, but, like, this is part of the reason, like, I'm putting so much money away into into rentals, because when I have kids, that's a wrap. Probably gonna put some ads on these videos and go sit down. I mean, it just is what it is. I think stress and diet together are just killing people, but I think the quality of food is so poor. That's why you see these people, like you see Khalees, the one that married Khalees. What was her name? Kelly? No, Khalees, she married Nas. And she asked for all this money, but, like, if you see her, she's moved to a farm because she's like, the quality of food is so terrible. It's just so terrible. Also, farmers markets. There are a lot of farm families right now who are making killings of money because people are special ordering everything. They're getting chickens, they're getting chicken broth, they're getting pigs, they're getting everything they can get from that person's farm. And they're a big time customer, and their wealthy friends do it too. That's what you're going to see more of. You're going to see more of that. I went to go order some buffalo meat, and I was like, well, how much is this going to cost, right? Like, I want to get a big, I think I said a quarter or a side of buffalo meat and different types of steaks, burgers, all this stuff. It was $1,000. And they were like, we only have 12 packages left. We're getting sold out. And I'm like, dang. And this is a farm with like 300 buffalo. Dang, they getting sold out. There's a system of food and stress, kind of a separation is happening in our economy. And I think that was a long about way of what I was ranting about is stress is a killer. Harold Jackson, what is your sugar intake? I cut my sugar and I have more energy. Plus I lost all my stomach. Hey, congratulations, Harold. So right now for me, it's really the sugar is very low right now. The key, what's going on with me, like I cut out all sweet tea, all this stuff. I drink a ton of water. Like I drink like 2 or 3 of these size waters every day. The key is they're monitoring a little bit of my hormones and some of the food I'm eating. So it's a twofold for me. Plus women, our diet, stress thing, food thing is so crazy. So it's like I did my measurements the other day and I'm dropping inches, like, but I don't want to be that person on Instagram. I'm like, look at my body, look at the inches I'm losing. Like, I don't want to be that person. But I know it's probably going to take another solid month because we started jogging now, incorporating jogging in my workout plan. So it's a combination. Plus I took an Instagram photo. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was like a detox pill, a fat burner that's non-stimulant, and then also a probiotic for your tummy, because we just eat so much crap in our society, processed food and everything. You just feel better when you take those. You just feel so much better. Okay, what we got going on here? $50 a month, Rasheed Davis. Whoa! He got a life insurance policy for him and his kids. That's what I'm talking about. Gosh, I got so much stuff going on. It sounds like you're talking with each other. I work in IT. My biggest problem is older people I know didn't want to learn or do anything new. So Brandon Jackson, that's a very good point. But what I see happening is sometimes I have people in my emails who are like young having computer problems and way older doing just fine with the computer. I think it's like you're going to have a part of society who are very much, we're going to make technology so easy for them. It's like a push of a button. Because one, we're marketing to old people, but we're actually marketing to people who don't want to learn new tech. Then you're going to have people over here on this side who learn new tech. Like right now, my friends' kids are like 12 and 15. And like, I was not even joking with her. I'm like, when I come back from my vacation, I'm going to give you my video and let y'all edit it. They're literally 15 and can edit a video in like 10, 20 minutes. And like put music to it and slow it down and speed it up. I mean, like I was sitting there like, how is this possible? But it's like, I don't have enough energy to focus on every single part. I have to focus on what makes me money and stay there in that lane. So that's the thing with technology. Y'all have a whole conversation going on. Y'all, I'm glad y'all having a good conversation in there. Cam, are you saying I need to specialize in washing dishes for 10 years? Well, you know what that's about. I'm passing past all y'all stuff. I can't because some of y'all are having a conversation. Just saw TV article about how companies are increasing benefits by 20% because they're struggling to get engineers. Exactly, senior automotive engineers. Get you some skills and a 120 salary. Yeah, there was a guy complaining about being unemployed in Chicago, and he used to be a truck driver, he used to do some other stuff, and the people in the article were like, why don't you just go back to truck driving? He was like, oh, I don't want to be on the road. Well, then it sounds like you've created your own problem. If you're unemployed and you don't want to go back on the road and you don't have no other skills, sounds like you've created your own problem. Okay? It's the truth. I need to read my policy. Geek surgeon. Breadwinner window 07. How do you get fired on your day off? I know. Craig, how you get fired on your day off? They profit when you die. They do. That's very true. It says smart levels have to keep the press nasty hands from going for their cash. Yeah. Hello, my job did for us. It was just crazy because 3 people died. Ooh, Rashid, that's terrible. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing to do. Yeah, those people that's got fired. Top notch. Get the most, not the less, Trent Davis. All right, it's 57 minutes in. We're going to have to get out of here. Woo! Camilla says, don't have a baby and that baby be born with special needs. And you have to have extra expenses on top of the regular amount. Ooh, just thinking about that hurts. Hello, thank you. Gosh, I have so much going on here. Oh, Mike B. My grandfather cussed, drank whiskey, chased women, and was still fishing when he was in his 70s. Yeah, the food, man. At least, we're going. Hey, Kenzie Roberts, you're doing an excellent job. Thank you. I was cleaner than my wife. No. Mike B. Women serve their husbands. Serve them where? Serve them. Hungry Man, McDonald's, Stofers. Serve each other, actually. Our church is big on, you're supposed to be serving each other, honestly. And how do you serve each other? Like, give your wife some breaks, help her with the house, all kind of stuff. Like, you're serving each other. But I'm saying in the general old style, like some people come from families where they really think, like, I'm just going to come home and chill. My wife's going to cook food. And it's like, well, then she needs to stay home full time because she can't work and do both. Something's going to suffer. Organic is the way to go. I went to a farm, FDA performing magic on the food. I'm telling you, I don't even know some of that food is real. Like I kid you not. I went somewhere and I ate the food. And you can tell something's processed. I don't know if you guys take a week where you're just eating like all vegetables, all fruit, and then go back and eat a place is kind of like a fast food place. You can taste it, yo. You can taste the chemicals or whatever the word is. But there's like 4 restaurants I can't even eat at anymore. Sorry, this black guy with dreads have dreads to his butt. I was just like, ooh, look at that. Interesting. Sorry. Know your farmer. El Ghost, yeah. NAFTA. Yeah, so some countries, the stuff we're using in our foods, other countries don't even use. They like, America, y'all crazy. But there are some chemicals other people are using. Like they were showing these farmers in India putting silicone into the veggies to make them bigger. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. That's very true, Cam. Certifications in farming can pay too. Nikki Bay, how do you monitor hormones? For me, is it's a little bit different. It was going along the surgery I had. There's a few tests they can do, blood tests, all kind of stuff. They can monitor it. It depends on what the type of surgery it is. Also, like when people have hypothyroidism or anything with their like I don't have any problem with my thyroid, but I know people who do. They're monitoring different things as far as when they take your blood, all kind of stool water. They can do all kind of stuff. Technology is wow. You know, I do all those. I ain't worried about that. Mike B. I'm already sexy. Let's see. Thank you, Mind Over Matter. He said I'm lit and I'm loving it. Like I gotta go though. It's been an hour. We're about to turn in. Like, because people sometimes come back and they go, "Why is this show so long? Y'all are ridiculous." Right. Gary Vee mentions how the older people literally take their time to scroll on Facebook as opposed to your younger generation. Facebook is losing young people left and right, like every single day. What are they doing is they're going over to Instagram because Instagram is that kind of just scroll. I'm on there real quick. I'm looking at it. I'm in and out. Done. Oh, no. I don't mind y'all having conversations. The conversations crack me up because what happens is if you are subscribed, you can see this live feed later and people can come and read the information. Oh, Maurice Anderson, if you're in tech, make sure you're reading every day. Yeah, there's all kind of companies. Lisa, what's up? What movie did I see the other night? Oh, God, what did I go see? Sicario. I went and saw Sicario. Number 2, Sicario means hitman in Spanish. I think I'm going to go see the Ant-Man today, or I'm going to see, I don't know, my friend emailed me, but I don't know what we're going to go see. No kids, but I sympathize with you. There's money there. Contractors can make bank if you keep investing in yourself. That's very true. Ooh, Greek surgeon. Even Taco Bell was good in the 70s and 80s. Maybe it was. Mind over matter. I wish I had that interest in tech when I was younger. I was scared of the computer until about 10 years ago. Wow. Yeah, I meet a lot of young people who either they're just in tech or they're into working with their hands. It's one or the other sometimes. Yes, Bella fam, you can taste the chemicals. Like I went and drank water over one of my aunt's house and I stopped. I was like, oh, like this, you taste the chlorine. She's like, can you? I was like, you need a filter. And I've bought every family member I can Brita filters and like also the additional filters, and they can taste the difference. They can taste the difference. Like if you ever meet people from the country and then they come in and drink water, they go, oh, this is that city water. They can taste the chemicals because their water is coming from a well. Watch the movie on Netflix, What the Health. It will scare you. Man, I can't watch any more videos. I gave up milk. And like, even when y'all see me, if y'all ever see me on my Instagram drinking a Starbucks, it's literally cold brew coffee with a splash of almond milk in it. Or if at most splash a half and half. And that's it. Because I just know like milk, that's part of the whole thing with the milk. Like I quit with the milk because the hormones, the steroids they're putting in the cows, all kind of stuff. It's just too much. Pamela C loved the long stream. What's funny is about these long streams is there's truckers who tell me they watch, the long stream. So, hey, good luck, you guys. I know meat glue is, I saw that. Once I saw that meat glue, I look at all the meat now. I'll be looking at it extra, like, what's wrong with that? But I'm trying to figure out a way to get more. So I went one summer, I did like fish, like a lot of fish. But what happened is everybody's doing all these farm fish and I will not get farm fish. Tilapia is not a real fish. Google about it. Also with farm fish, when it comes to salmon, they dye it pink. It never turns pink. It's gray because it doesn't swim uphill. It doesn't have natural. It's just, I don't eat it. I don't eat it. Do I eat organic food? I do. Oh, I'm so sorry your city sucks. You should. I always tell people to get it before they move, so they move to their new city with their skills. Yes, thank you. SACIRE. One, Rich Uncles is allowing investment starting at $5 for student housing REITs. Ding, 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 ding. That's the investment tip for Friday. Rich Uncles has been trying a few different things, but yeah, that's good. No tap water, instant death. Trent Davis, when I learned about chlorine in the water and what's that other thing in the water? Chloride and stuff like that. It makes a lot of sense, but we won't talk about that because I don't want to disappear. LaShawn Major, I think people have asked me about that before. What do I think about Amazon giving people to partner with them to deliver their packages? It's the same thing as any other delivery app. It's not any better. It's not any less. It's the same thing. They do it already here in Austin, Texas. I know several people have asked me about it, and I'm like, they do that already here in Texas with the warehouses here in Texas. It's not a big deal. Like another thing, like the airport here. They need airport shuttles so bad that they were providing, I think you had to put like $1,000 down and you got a shuttle van, almost new, and start your company with, and you make payments to them. So, I mean, there's all kind of companies partnering with people because they need more services. They need more quality shuttle vans here in Austin. They need more quality Amazon deliveries. They're trying to fight against UPS and FedEx. They're trying to diversify. So yeah, partner with them. Almond milk. The thing about Geek Certain almond milk, sadly, is like, depending on the company you go with, they put a little chemical in some of the almond milks, and I'll go over it in another video. Well, maybe I'll go on like Instagram. But like my friend says, I can taste the metallic taste. Like she has real high allergies issues. And she's like, can't you taste the metallic, Erica? And I had to drink it again. And I had to taste it. I'm like, no, but that's crazy that she can taste it, right? But it was a preservative in it. But a lot of almond milk is like sugar water. Ooh, that's terrible, Bella Fam. I'm a trucker, Trent Davis. Oh, I need low-fat milk for my morning food. So, honestly, Pamela C., low-fat milk is worse than just regular fat milk. Because when they start straining it and doing things to it to make it low-fat, like, your body isn't processing it the same. There's a video on it, but I can't think of the title, but it'll tell you about why you shouldn't drink 2% milk or low-fat milk. But you can look it up for yourself. But yeah, milk does help things taste a little bit creamier. Milk does make you have more mucus. Like when you ever have kids that are sick in your house and your grandma would never let them have milk, that's why. So, mind over matter. Felt so much better cutting out milk. Tilapia is gross. Well, farm salmon also don't. Okay, so Lance Brown, it's not just the krill; it's also about the muscle. When you have salmon, if you're ever from Alaska, if you ever meet anybody from Alaska, Lance Brown, the salmon before it gets up creek is gray. It's the same color as the farm salmon. It's gray on the inside. It's something about that journey. There's something about swimming up creek that activates the muscles. That also is why it's pink. It's not just the krill. I know a lot of people have said that, but I'm actually from a place where we have salmon, live salmon, and I can tell you the difference. And like, okay, why is this salmon this color? Why is this salmon this color? I actually lived there, so I actually did get to learn. Even the farmers, what they try to do lately with the salmon is make them swim. Like they try to do this thing where they shock the tanks, where it makes all the salmon go really crazy really fast. That doesn't mimic swimming upstream. It doesn't. Hence why they have to dye the meat. I'm glad, Frankie. Trent Davis. He's never eaten again. Thank you, love. That's right, Rashid. Levels to this. Okay. I'm about to get on out of here. But thank y'all for your time. You've been hilarious. All right, you guys. You've been awesome. today, Freedom Friday. Listen, you want to catch any of your courses, any of your stuff, it's always in the links below. Cam put it all throughout the video. I'm about to go out and enjoy this lovely Friday and cut up, if possible. All right, you guys. Thank you for your day. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the channel. This is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Like, subscribe, check out the channel.